All right, today is not the 4th of September. It happens to be the 9th of September, but I was cleaning up my Jeopardy calendar and I ran into this one, and it was dealing with state celebrations, where I think these people here are in need of more entertainment, because the answer to this question is every Labor Day weekend last weekend, not this weekend, people gather in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada. And that's all we saw on TV for 3-4 days here this last weekend. And they build a giant one of these, and then they burn it. I mean, they're desperate for things to do out there. Anyway, I got on. I didn't know. I know about this, but I said, what the heck were they doing out there, those people? So I kind of looked it up here, and I'll show you a picture of what they built. Okay, right there is what they built. Now I'll show you some other pictures that are related to this. This here apparently is at night, what it looked like at night. Kind of a satellite picture. Now this is a picture of people trying to get there to this Black Rock Desert, and we saw enough of this on television. Look at the car. Here's a picture of them. I think they were lined up to get out of there, because I forgot how many people they had there, but you saw that on TV all the time. So I was wondering, what in the world did they line up or go to this Black Rock Desert in Nevada for? And I thought, oh yeah, I remember what it was now. There's a picture of a person who was there. It says, attendee, a burning man. They call it the burning. You're going to the Burning Man. Attendee lies down in the mud and the water. That person is laying there in mud and water. So what were they going to build there? I thought maybe they were trying to build a giant mud pie, but that's not true. And so you tell me what they were going to burn, kind of in effigy. And they did, apparently, but it turned out to be a disaster that weekend for the people that were there. Because the people that were there is another picture of, I'm taking this off my computer. They couldn't even ride a bicycle there. They couldn't walk. People were barefoot because of all the mud that they had there. And they left the place in shambles because everything they had was, or a lot of people left lots of their belongings there, and just were happy to get out of there with their vehicle. Of course, the answer to the question, the Jeopardy question here, is, what is a man? They burned a man. I mean, I don't know the reasoning for all this, but acceptable is effigy. You know, you could hang someone in effigy or whatever, and but that was one of the day's questions I had from Jeopardy. And here is another one, that state celebrations. Here the answer is New Glarus, Wisconsin, honors its Swiss heritage with a Labor Day festival named for this legendary archer. You know, person who shoots bow and arrow, you know, archer. Well, this guy's first name was William. First of all, I thought it was Robin Hood or somebody, but it's not. So that was another answer I had that you have to know. Ask me what the question is. Legendary archer whose first name is, I'll tell you, William. So I will tell you William. Get the hint? But that was for September the 5th. Oh, here's another one. You got to answer this one, though. This is fall potpourri, questions dealing with fall. So this is a double jeopardy. Oh man! But I don't think it wasn't very hard. I knew this one, but it's worth $2,000. But here the question or the answer is, you got to ask me, tell me what the question is. The American Meteorological Society defines it as a period of mid or late autumn or abnormally warm abnormally warm weather. Well, we've had some warm weather, but I haven't heard it called this. But you know this. What is another name for part of the fall when maybe Geronimo or Apache Junction? Remember Apache Junction out there in Arizona? And we had an Apache Park in the back of us, real close to us. I go to walk through Apache Park. But what do we call this time of the fall? It's given another name instead of autumn or fall. It is called what when it's abnormally warm? Well, we've had a lot of that here last week. It got awfully warm last weekend. And so you have to tell me that. That was for the 9th. Oh, that's today. Okay, so I'm up to date on my Jeopardy calendar. Just in case you couldn't figure that out, it's called Indian Summer. And down on the lake, they used to have a, Summer Fest and all those things. They do have a time when you go down there. Someone asked me to go down there one time after I retired, but I never did get down there because a lot of tradition, Indian tradition and stuff like that. Indian Summer. Hey, this is Indian Summer. We must have had Indian Summer last weekend in particular when it was so warm around here. Okay, as long as I'm on the roll here, let me see. I looked ahead here for college towns. Now, most of you should know this one because you ask me what the question is, I'll tell you the answer here, but here's the answer to the question you're going to give me. You're going to give me a name of a city. But anyway, this city that's home to the oldest University of California campus often ranks as the most liberal city in America. Most liberal, Democrats are liberals and the Republicans are conservatives, but where did you go? What university did you go to? The university is the same name as the city, and you got to tell me what the question would be for this one. Oh, I just want to show you the temperature in Menominee Falls. Right here it says on there, you can see that, and that is 69 degrees. This morning it was cool. Again, I think it was in the maybe the middle 50s, low 50s. And so that's very chilly. Now, we had chili for supper last night for you people who didn't know what we were having for supper, but we did have chili because it was cool yesterday and one can make soup on those days and you kind of enjoy the warm soup a little more than you would on a hot day. But tonight we are going to have, because when one makes chili, we get quite a bit of leftovers for other meals. So if we had chili again tonight, we don't call it chili the next time you have it, but the next time you have it, you give it, in our house, the Emmerich house, it's given a different name. And I'm asking you, what is the name given to the chili after the first time we have it? And you got to tell me it's a one-word name for this leftover. It's not leftovers, but it's something else that my great uncle told me it was, and I have shared that with you in earlier emails, so you got to tell me if today's Saturday. I don't think we're having it, but if we did, maybe tomorrow we will, although it's cool here today. What would Gwen tell me we're having for supper tonight if I ask her? And she's going to have that chili, more of the chili that we had last night. She will just have to warm it up, but she will tell me what it is. She's not going to say chili. She's going to say something else. What is that she's going to say?